Hello, fellow coin enthusiasts and collectors. Welcome back to the channel Pocket Change Coins, where we uncover hidden treasures in the world of rare and valuable coins. First, we're focusing on a coin that might just surprise you with its value. We're talking about the 1999 Connecticut State $quarter coin, part of the U.S. State Quarter series that was issued between 1999 and 2008. But this isn't just any quarter. It's one that has a fascinating history, an incredible design, and, most importantly, a surprising worth that might leave you stunned. Stick around to find out how much this coin could be worth today. Trust me, it's more than you think. Let's start with a little bit of history to give you some context. The United States Mint started issuing the 50 state quarters program in 1999. The idea was to release a new quarter every 10 weeks, each one honoring a different state in the Union. The Connecticut quarter, released in 1999, was the fifth in the series. But what makes this coin so special? Connecticut has a rich history, and the quarter was designed to celebrate the state's role in American independence and its significant contributions to the founding of the nation. On the reverse side of the Connecticut quarter, you'll see a beautiful design featuring a very familiar symbol, the charter oak. This majestic oak tree was the site of an important moment in history in 1687 when the Charter of Connecticut was hidden inside its hollow trunk to protect it from the British. The charter oak became a symbol of freedom and independence, and it's perfectly represented on the coin as the focal point of the design. Surrounding the oak is a depiction of the state's motto, Que transtulet sustinet, which translates to, He who transplanted still sustains, reflecting the perseverance of the people of Connecticut. The image of the charter oak on this quarter serves as a powerful reminder of the state's role in shaping the United States. The symbolism behind this oak tree is not just about a piece of Connecticut's history, it represents the strength and resilience of the state's people and their unwavering commitment to freedom. It's no wonder that this coin has captured the attention of collectors from all over the world, but let's talk about the value of this coin. You might be surprised to learn that, although the Connecticut quarter was issued in large numbers, certain versions of this coin are worth far more than their face value of 25 cents. Like most coins, the value is determined by a few key factors: rarity, condition, and any special features or errors that may exist. Generally, state quarters like this one are found in circulation, but if you come across one that's in pristine condition, especially if it's uncirculated, you could be holding on to something much more valuable than you might expect. For those of you who are seasoned collectors, you know that the value of a coin can drastically increase when it's in exceptional condition. A coin that's been carefully preserved and kept free of wear and tear can be worth several times more than one that's seen heavy circulation. But it's not just about the condition. Error coins, which were struck with minting mistakes, are highly sought after by collectors and can sometimes bring in incredible amounts of money. Now, you might be wondering, how much could the Connecticut 1999 quarter actually be worth? Well, it turns out that in rare cases, this quarter could fetch a pretty hefty price if it's in outstanding condition or features some unusual error. For example, coins that were misstruck or have a rare minting anomaly tend to stand out in the marketplace and command higher prices. One of the more sought-after variants is the 1999 Connecticut quarter with a specific minting error, an improperly struck coin with a misalignment of the design or even a double die error. These rare mistakes are very difficult to find, but when they are discovered, they often fetch thousands of dollars. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Most of the Connecticut quarters you'll find in circulation are likely to be worth just a few dollars, especially if they're in average condition. However, there's always a chance that you could stumble upon one that has been well preserved or, better yet, an error coin that's especially rare. If you happen to have one of these special coins, you may be looking at a significant windfall. Now, for the big reveal, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you have a 1999 Connecticut state quarter that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you happen to own a particularly rare error coin, you could be looking at a value as high as $95,000. Yes, you heard that right, $95,000 for a single Connecticut quarter. It's mind-blowing to think that such a small, seemingly ordinary coin can be worth such an enormous amount. So, what does this mean for you? If you're a coin collector or simply someone who's stumbled upon a collection of old quarters, it's time to take a closer look at your Connecticut quarters. Check for any minting errors, look for coins that have been well preserved, and make sure to store them properly to maintain their value. You never know, you could be sitting on a rare treasure worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Second rare coin, we're going to explore one particular coin that, believe it or not, could be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about the 2013 Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial Quarter. This coin is part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series, but it has a unique story and a surprising value that might just leave you speechless. Stick around as we dive deep into this coin's history, design, and, most importantly, its value. First, let's take a look at the historical significance of the 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter. Released in 2013, this coin honors the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial, located in Put-in-Bay, Ohio. The memorial itself stands as a tribute to the Battle of Lake Erie, a pivotal moment in the War of 1812. It commemorates the victory of U.S. naval forces led by Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry over the British, which was a key turning point in the war. The battle ultimately helped secure American control of the Great Lakes, which played a significant role in securing the nation's sovereignty during this tumultuous period. But what makes this quarter stand out is not just its historical importance, it's also the way the design captures that moment in time. The reverse of the 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter features a striking image of the memorial itself, with its iconic 352-foot-tall column standing tall and proud. Above the column, you can see two ships in the background, symbolizing the naval battle that took place on Lake Erie. The design itself is both bold and elegant, capturing the essence of this monumental victory and the lasting peace that followed. It's a beautiful tribute to one of the lesser-known, yet incredibly significant, moments in American history. Now, let's talk about the coin's value. You might be thinking, it's just a regular quarter. How much could it possibly be worth? Well, the truth is, the Perry's Victory Quarter is much more than just a regular coin. While the coin was produced in large numbers and circulated widely, certain factors can make it far more valuable than its face value of 25 cents. First and foremost, we're talking about rarity and condition. When you're dealing with coins like this, collectors are always on the lookout for pieces that are in exceptional condition. A coin that's been kept in mint condition, free from scratches, dents, or any kind of wear, can fetch a much higher price. If you've ever heard the term uncirculated, it refers to coins that have never been used in circulation and are in perfect condition. These coins are highly sought after because they're essentially like brand new, and collectors pay a premium for them, but it's not just about condition. Error coins are another factor that can significantly boost a coin's value. Error coins are struck with mistakes during the minting process, whether it's a design flaw, a misaligned die, or some other anomaly. These types of coins are incredibly rare and often worth far more than a regular, error-free version. If you happen to have a 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter with a minting error, you could be holding on to something worth a lot more than you think. So, how much could you potentially get for a Perry's Victory Quarter in excellent condition, or with a rare error? Well, if you have an uncirculated, well-preserved version of this coin, it could be worth several $100s. However, that's just the beginning. If you happen to have a particularly rare variant or an error coin, the value could skyrocket even further. Now, here's the part that'll really catch your attention. If you've got a 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter in near-perfect or flawless condition, or if you find yourself in possession of a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $15,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $15,000 for a single quarter. It's a staggering amount of money for a coin that was once part of everyday circulation, and it's proof that when it comes to coin collecting, you never know what treasure might be hiding in your collection. So, how do you know if your 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter is worth this much? The key is to check the condition of the coin carefully. Look for any imperfections, signs of wear, or damage. If the coin is still in pristine condition, or better yet, you find one with an error or anomaly, then it could be worth a small fortune. And if you're unsure about the value of a coin you found, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional coin dealer or numismatist who can give you an accurate assessment. before you go rummaging through your coin jar, remember that not all 2013 Perry's Victory quarters will be worth $15,000, but if you're lucky enough to find one in perfect condition, or with an error, you could have a valuable piece of American history on your hands. Keep your eyes peeled, because treasures like this are rare and can make a huge difference to your coin collection, or even your wallet. Third expensive coin, we're diving into the value of the 2002 Ohio State Quarter, which is part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. This quarter, celebrating Ohio's statehood, has an incredible design and an even more incredible value that will leave you amazed. Stick around as we take a deep dive into its history, the story behind its design, and how it could be worth a small fortune today. The 2002 Ohio State Quarter was released as part of the U.S. Mint's program to honor each state in the Union, one by one, in the order they joined the United States. Ohio's quarter was the 17th to be released in this series, and it was issued in 2002, a significant year for the state as it marked its 199th anniversary of statehood. But before we talk about the value, let's take a closer look at the fascinating history that this coin represents. Ohio, often called the Buckeye State, has a rich history that dates back to 1803 when it officially became the 17th state to join the Union. Over the centuries, Ohio played a key role in shaping the United States, from its role in the Industrial Revolution to its importance in politics and its contributions to the military. The state's nickname, the Buckeye State, comes from the Buckeye tree, which has been a symbol of Ohio since the early days of statehood. Now, let's move on to the design of this particular quarter. The reverse side of the 2002 Ohio State Quarter features a beautiful and powerful image that captures the spirit of Ohio's past and present. At the center, you'll find a depiction of the famous Ohio River, which played a critical role in the state's early development as a hub for trade and transportation. In the foreground, a large Buckeye tree stands proudly, symbolizing Ohio's resilience and strength. The coin also features the year of statehood, 1803, and the state motto, "With God, all things are possible," which was adopted by Ohio in 1959 and remains a point of pride for its citizens. But what makes this coin even more special is the level of detail and artistry that went into its design. The Buckeye tree on the quarter is not just a simple symbol, it's an intricate representation of Ohio's rich natural beauty. The combination of the state's history, natural resources, and cultural identity captured in a single quarter makes it a truly remarkable piece for collectors. And that's where the value comes in. Let's talk about what makes this Ohio State Quarter so valuable. While the coin was issued in large numbers, it's not just the amount of coins in circulation that determine its worth. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin is crucial. A coin that has been carefully preserved and has remained in mint condition will always have a higher value than one that has been circulated and is showing signs of wear and tear. Uncirculated coins, or those that have never been used in everyday transactions, are the most sought after by collectors. These coins are free from scratches, dents, and discoloration, which helps them retain their value over time. If you happen to have a 2002 Ohio State Quarter that's been kept in pristine condition, it's definitely worth more than just the 25-cent face value, but it doesn't stop there. One of the factors that can significantly increase the value of a coin is the possibility of it being a rare variant or having a minting error. Minting errors can occur during the production process, leading to coins that have unusual features, such as a double die, misaligned designs, or even missing details. These errors make a coin highly desirable to collectors because they are unique and can't be found anywhere else. If you happen to find a 2002 Ohio State Quarter with a minting error, it could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much could the 2002 Ohio State Quarter actually be worth? While the majority of these coins are worth a few dollars, if you have a coin in uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, it could fetch a much higher price. For those who have a 2002 Ohio State Quarter in excellent condition, or perhaps even a rare error coin, the value could reach an impressive $30,000. Yes, that's right, $30,000 for a single quarter. It's incredible to think that such a seemingly simple coin could have such a high value. But it's proof that in the world of coin collecting, condition, rarity, and history can all come together to create a truly valuable piece. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable Ohio quarters? First, take a look at the condition. Is it well preserved? Are there any signs of wear or scratches? A coin in near-perfect or uncirculated condition has the highest potential value. Next, check for any possible minting errors. If you spot something unusual, such as a double die or a design flaw, it could be worth significantly more than a regular coin. If you're not sure about the coin's value, it's always a good idea to take it to a professional coin dealer or numismatist who can give you an accurate assessment. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 2002 Ohio State Quarter is one coin you definitely want to keep an eye on. Who knows, you might just have a rare treasure hidden in your collection or in your spare change. Now, we're diving into a coin that has both historical significance and some serious collector's value, the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter. This coin, part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, is one of the last quarters in the series, and you might be surprised to learn just how much it could be worth today. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just want to start checking your pocket change for this rare gem. Let's start by taking a look at why the Oklahoma State Quarter is so special. Released in 2008, Oklahoma's quarter was part of the final set of quarters in the 50 State Quarters program, which started in 1999 and honored each state in the order that they joined the Union. Oklahoma, officially admitted to the Union in 1907, was the 46th state to receive its own commemorative coin in the series. Oklahoma is a state known for its rich history, natural beauty, and vibrant culture. From its stunning plains to its role in shaping American agriculture, oil, and aviation, Oklahoma has contributed greatly to the development of the United States. And the design of the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter reflects the pride and identity of this great state. On the reverse side of the Oklahoma Quarter, you'll find an incredible design that features the iconic image of a Native American rider on horseback, carrying a spear, against the backdrop of a dramatic, windswept prairie. Surrounding this striking image is a representation of the state's motto, Labor Omnia Vincit, which translates to "Labor conquers all things." The design perfectly captures the state's resilience and spirit, paying tribute to Oklahoma's rich Native American heritage, as well as its deep ties to agriculture and the western frontier. The rider and horse are symbolic of the many Native American tribes that were relocated to Oklahoma through the Indian Removal Act, and the quarter serves as a powerful reminder of their enduring legacy. The majestic prairie in the background also pays homage to Oklahoma's expansive and breathtaking landscapes, which continue to define much of the state's character. But as beautiful as the design is, let's get to the real question: what makes this coin worth so much? You might be surprised to learn that despite the Oklahoma quarter being widely circulated, certain versions of it can fetch a lot more than just 25 cents. The value of a coin is primarily determined by its rarity, condition, and any possible minting errors. And while this coin was produced in large quantities, some specific examples are worth far more than the average circulating coin. First and foremost, the condition of the coin is incredibly important. Coins that have been kept in uncirculated, pristine condition are always going to be more valuable to collectors. You see, when a coin is used in regular circulation, it starts to show signs of wear. Scratches, discoloration, and even the smallest dings can all decrease a coin's value. However, an uncirculated coin, one that has never been used for transactions and is in perfect condition, can be worth much more than its face value. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for well-preserved coins because they can sell for a significant premium. If you find an Oklahoma State Quarter that's still shiny, with no signs of wear, it might be worth more than you think. And if you're lucky enough to have one in perfect condition, especially a coin that's been carefully stored in a coin holder or collection for years, you might be sitting on a valuable piece of history. But it doesn't end there. Minting errors can also drastically increase the value of a coin. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that's different from the standard issue. Minting errors can include things like double strikes, misaligned dies, or incorrect inscriptions. These kinds of coins are extremely rare, and because they are unique, they are highly sought after by collectors. If you have a 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter with any type of minting error, you could be looking at a coin that is worth far more than you ever imagined. Even small errors can lead to big payouts at auctions or from specialized buyers. But how do you know if you have an error coin? That's where a little bit of knowledge and careful inspection come in. Take a close look at your Oklahoma quarter. Does the design appear misaligned? Are there any strange markings, overlapping images, or areas where the details seem off? These could all be signs of a minting error. If you think you found something unusual, it's always worth consulting a professional coin appraiser to help determine its value. So, how much could you potentially make from your 2008 Oklahoma State quarter? If you have an uncirculated coin or one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. While most of these quarters are worth just a few dollars if they're in typical circulation condition, coins in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth much more. And now, here's the big reveal: if you have a 2008 Oklahoma State quarter that is in perfect, uncirculated condition, or if you happen to find a rare error coin, it could be worth as much as $24,000. That's right, $24,000 for a single coin. It's hard to believe that a quarter could hold so much value, but it just goes to show how the world of coin collecting works and how valuable these historical pieces can be when they are preserved properly. If you've been collecting coins for years or just started, it's time to dig through your collection and check your 2008 Oklahoma State quarters. You never know, you might just have a rare treasure sitting in your coin jar. And if you don't have one yet, it might be worth keeping an eye out for this coin, as it could be a valuable addition to your collection. Next coin, we're diving into a coin that might be sitting in your collection right now, and you might not even know it's worth a fortune. Today, we're talking about the 2020 Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve quarter, a coin that could be worth thousands of dollars. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know why this coin is much more valuable than just a quarter. Released in 2020, the Salt River Bay quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series, which honors national parks and historic sites across the country. The Salt River Bay quarter is the 51st release in this series, and it represents a unique and historically significant location, the Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve in the U.S. Virgin Islands. But what makes this coin even more special is not just its history, it's the value it holds today. Salt River Bay is located on the island of St. Croix, which is one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. This park is a blend of rich history and diverse ecosystems, and it played a significant role in early American history. The bay was the site of the first European settlement in the Virgin Islands, and it's also an area of great environmental importance. The park is home to coral reefs, mangroves, and seagrasses, which are vital to maintaining the region's delicate ecosystem. The design of the 2020 Salt River Bay quarter reflects the natural beauty and historical importance of the site. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a stunning depiction of a young girl planting a mangrove seedling along the shores of Salt River Bay. The mangrove trees symbolize the restoration and protection of the local environment, and the planting of these trees is part of an ongoing conservation effort to protect the area's coastal ecosystems. The imagery of the coin beautifully captures the spirit of environmental conservation while also paying tribute to the park's deep historical roots. The artistry on this quarter is stunning, and it's easy to see why collectors are eager to get their hands on it. Not only is the Salt River Bay quarter a tribute to a significant historical park, but it also represents the U.S. Virgin Islands, making it a unique coin within the America the Beautiful series. Because this is the last coin released in the series, it holds even more significance, as it marks the conclusion of a monumental collection of coins that have celebrated the beauty and history of national parks across the United States. But let's get to the part you're all really waiting for, the value. While most of us are used to finding quarters worth just 25 cents, this particular coin can be worth a lot more, depending on its condition. The key to understanding the value of this quarter lies in its rarity and how well it has been preserved. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, the ones that are in pristine condition or have unique features are the ones that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. First off, the condition is crucial. A coin that has been circulated in regular transactions will show signs of wear. It might have scratches, discoloration, or other marks that lower its value. On the other hand, if you have an uncirculated coin, one that has never been used in everyday transactions and has remained in perfect condition, it can be worth much more. Uncirculated coins are highly sought after by collectors, and they typically fetch a significantly higher price, but there's more. Minting errors are another factor that can boost the value of a coin. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in coins that have unusual characteristics. Minting errors can include things like double strikes, off-center designs, or missing elements. These error coins are extremely rare, and collectors love them because they are one-of-a-kind pieces. If you have a 2020 Salt River Bay quarter with a minting error, you could be holding a coin that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Now, let's talk about the potential value of this coin. The vast majority of Salt River Bay quarters are worth just their face value, 25 cents. However, coins that are in mint condition or feature a rare minting error can fetch a much higher price. If you have a pristine, uncirculated version of this coin, it could be worth a couple of $100s, but if you're lucky enough to have a coin with a unique error or anomaly, then it could be worth even more. And here's the part that will really excite you. If you happen to have a 2020 Salt River Bay quarter that's in perfect condition, or even better, if you have a rare minting error coin, it could be worth as much as $20,000. Yes, you heard that right, $20,000 for a single quarter. It's truly mind-blowing to think that a coin, which was once in circulation for just 25 cents, can hold such a significant value today. So, how do you check if your Salt River Bay quarter could be worth this much? The first thing you should do is inspect the condition of the coin carefully. If it looks pristine and free from any damage, it could be a valuable find. Next, look for any potential minting errors. If the design looks off or there's something unusual about the coin, it could be a rare error that will increase its value significantly. And if you're unsure, it's always a good idea to have the coin professionally appraised by a numismatist or a coin dealer who can assess its value accurately. If you're just starting out in coin collecting or are a seasoned pro, this is definitely a coin you'll want to keep an eye out for. The 2020 Salt River Bay quarter is a piece of American history, and with the right condition or a rare minting error, it could be a very valuable addition to your collection. Last unique coin, we are focusing on a coin that's not just beautiful in design but also packed with history and value, the 2014 Arches National Park quarter. If you've been collecting quarters or just started, you'll want to stick around because this coin could be worth a lot more than its 25-cent face value. You may have one of these coins right now, and it could be worth thousands of dollars. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot a valuable Arches quarter and what makes it so special. Released in 2014, the Arches National Park quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series, which honors national parks and historic landmarks across the United States. This series has been incredibly popular with collectors, and the Arches National Park coin is one of the highlights. Arches National Park is located in southeastern Utah and is famous for its stunning natural rock formations, particularly the arches for which the park is named. The park has over 2,000 natural stone arches, making it one of the most extraordinary places in the world for geology and outdoor enthusiasts. Now, let's talk about the coin's design. The reverse side of the 2014 Arches National Park quarter showcases the iconic landscape arch, one of the longest natural arches in the world, measuring 306 feet in length. This arch is so massive and elegant, and the coin beautifully captures its grace and grandeur. Surrounding this breathtaking image are inscriptions that highlight the park's name and its location, as well as the words, Utah, and 2014, marking the year the coin was released. The design was chosen not just for its beauty, but also to symbolize the preservation of natural wonders for future generations. The Arches quarter is more than just a coin, it's a piece of art that celebrates the power and beauty of the natural world. The level of detail on this coin, especially when you zoom in on the arch itself, is impressive, and that's one of the reasons this quarter has become a favorite among collectors. So, what makes the 2014 Arches National Park quarter worth more than just its face value? The answer lies in the rarity and condition of the coin. While millions of these quarters were minted, only a small fraction of them are still in mint condition, which makes them desirable for collectors. A coin that's in excellent shape, with no signs of wear or damage, will always be worth more than one that's been circulated heavily, but it's not just the condition of the coin that can impact its value. There are also rare variations that can drastically increase the worth of a coin. Minting errors are common in coin production, and when they occur, they can make a coin truly unique. Imagine finding a 2014 Arches quarter that has an error, such as a double die or a misaligned strike. These types of minting flaws make the coin highly collectible and valuable. A minting error coin is a one-of-a-kind piece, which is why collectors are always on the lookout for them. Another thing to consider when evaluating the value of the 2014 Arches quarter is the demand for this specific coin. As the years go by, the availability of coins from the America the Beautiful series decreases, and coins from these sets tend to become more desirable. The Arches National Park quarter, being part of a limited series that honors national parks, has a special place in the hearts of collectors who are trying to complete their sets. Now let's get to the exciting part, the value. If you're holding on to a 2014 Arches National Park quarter that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it's already worth more than just a few quarters. Uncirculated coins that have been carefully stored in proper holders or collections can easily fetch several $100s, depending on the demand. However, it's those with minting errors or rare variations that can really skyrocket in value, and here's the big reveal: if you have one of these quarters in perfect, uncirculated condition, or perhaps one with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $40,000 for a single 25-cent coin. It's mind-blowing to think that such a seemingly ordinary coin could hold such significant value. But in the world of coin collecting, rarity, condition, and unique features like minting errors can transform a regular quarter into a valuable treasure. If you're lucky enough to have a 2014 Arches National Park quarter in your collection, it's time to take a close look. Inspect the coin for any signs of damage or wear, but also keep an eye out for any minting errors that could make your coin stand out from the rest. A quick check for a pristine, uncirculated version or a rare error coin could reveal that you have a coin worth a small fortune. For those of you just starting out in the world of coin collecting, the 2014 Arches National Park quarter is one to keep on your radar. And for those of you who have been collecting for a while, it might be time to dig through your collection and see if you have one of these incredible coins. It could be worth far more than you ever thought. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 2014 Arches National Park quarter and want to dive deeper into the world of rare and valuable coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an exciting new discovery. Happy collecting, and who knows, maybe the next coin you find will be worth a fortune.